So Pokemon made two huge announcements yesterday, alongside another reveal of Pokemon Snap. The two things that they revealed are both exciting for very different reasons. The first thing, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, were already pretty much expected by the entirety of the Pokemon community. Everybody was expecting Diamond and Pearl remakes at this point. But the other one, Pokemon Legends Arceus, okay, you know what? I can't say Arceus, it just feels wrong, so I'm going to be pronouncing it Arceus in this video. Please feel free to unsubscribe if that bothers you. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Pokemon Legends Arceus is completely out of left field, and I think you'd be hard-pressed to find a single person outside of very specific leakers who would have possibly guessed that this was coming. And I'm here to give my 2 cents about him, and maybe you can listen to that 2 cents and take it with, a couple grains of salt. And I'm gonna be just upfront and honest with you guys, this is not going to be a super positive video, so if you are somebody who's really excited by both of these announcements, I just wanted to let you know that I am extremely happy that these announcements did that for you. I did not have the same reaction, and I don't want to take you down from that, so I am going to try to keep you in mind with this little discussion video, but just know that it's not going to be the most positive thing in the world. Just know that going in, and I think you can maybe gain some perspective on, why people aren't super excited at this time. Plus, I want to keep things pretty, low-key, because these are just reveal trailers. We really don't know a lot about either of the games at this point, so I think it would be a bit rash to jump to any premature conclusions about this, just based on what we know already, which is next to nothing. But that said, I do still have a few concerns about mainly the Pokemon Legends game. I have much less to say about the Diamond and Pearl remake, so we'll start with those. I don't really care about them. I have a bunch of friends who are really excited about it, but they seem to be a little bit younger than I am, and so what Gen 3 was to me, Gen 4 was to them, and I totally get it. I was really psyched when Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby were announced, I don't know, back in 2014? And so I imagine that that's what a lot of people are going through right now with the Diamond and Pearl remakes, and I think that's awesome. But I just don't see a real reason for these ones to exist. And not that there couldn't have been a remake of Diamond and Pearl, but this specific remake, I don't understand. But Gen 4 was always going to be more difficult because it's already on the DS, which means it already looks better than Game Boy Advance. It's the first modern generation of Pokemon in my opinion, because it's the first time you have the physical special split. And in my personal opinion, on the Nintendo DS, it still looks and sounds great. Now, I will say that I still prefer Pokemon Emerald on the Game Boy Advance to the 3DS remake of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but that's for many reasons, although I do still think the art style is very charming on the Game Boy Advance, but people are still making pixel art games that look just as good as Pokemon Diamond and Pearl on the DS still look today. They've aged so well. And so part of the buy-in of a remake is that, you couldn't get a game like Pokemon Sword and Shield on the DS. Now, say what you want about how those games look. Given enough time and development process, those games, I'm sure we're gonna have very beautiful looking Pokemon games in that style eventually, but that kind of style is kind of what you gotta go for with a remake to get people to initially buy into it. And looking at this trailer, it almost looks like they just beat for beat remade it, which I personally don't enjoy. I don't like the chibi art style. It's just, it takes away a reason to get the remake. And apparently there have been several other people that have brought up this point. I definitely know I'm not the only one. It just confuses me a little, and I kind of get the discourse around Link's Awakening when that got remade, because I personally liked the toy art style that game had going for it. I'm just not a fan of it in this instance, and I kind of understand where the people were coming from who didn't like it on Link's Awakening, because just the missed potential there is so high. And if, I hadn't played Link's Awakening up to that point, so it was never like an issue for me. So if you've never played Diamond and Pearl, yeah, totally, this definitely is the game to get. Why wouldn't you? But as somebody who did play it growing up, I'd just rather play the original. I don't see... Thank you, Motorcycle Man! Like I said, it's basically just all personal opinion, and I'm just probably going to be skipping out on that mainline Pokemon game this year. But it is notable that a third-party company is making this game. It is not Game Freak, it is not Nintendo, it is a third-party company that is doing this remake, which is probably why they're playing it so safe, because they've never really made a Pokemon game before, and so I will give it a little slack, but also because there's another reason they're probably trying to go for a beat-for-beat remake instead of a reimagining, kind of like the other games were. And that's because Pokemon Legends Arceus is extraordinarily different, and I'm not sure that that's a good enough reason for doing what they did with Diamond and Pearl, but let's get into that. This game looks so promising. I just hope they don't screw it up, Because it's so cool, it's what so many people have been asking for. It's an open world Pokemon game, if what we are seeing is to be believed. You get to traverse the landscape, throw Pokeballs. It's not turn-based, and I guess you have Central Pokemon links up over here, at least hopefully you do, saying that it's actually similar to a Final Fantasy like speed battle system, or like ATP, whatever that is. I don't know, I don't play Final Fantasy. Some of you who do play Final Fantasy though will know what that is and are either very upset or very excited. Please let me know which one you are in the comments. I just tapped the microphone wire if you're wondering what that noise was. I'm a professional. I'm just really nervous about this one because it's very much a make or break scenario for this game. And I'm afraid it's going to be like Pokken Tournament, and let me explain what I mean by that. Pokken Tournament was a good game. It combined a fighter like Street Fighter or Tekken with Pokemon, and it was such a good idea, and I really enjoyed the game when it came out, but it hasn't come back since. I think they got a port when the Switch released, but as far as I know, there's no plans for a sequel. Nothing really happened with it, and that's partially because while it was a good game, it wasn't really a good fighting game when compared to something like Tekken or Street Fighter. It just didn't have the content, it didn't have the variety, it just didn't match up to other games in the genre, and I'm really worried that it's gonna happen again with Legends Arceus, because it's an open world Pokemon game, and I'm fairly certain it's gonna be good when it comes out, but I don't know if it's actually going to be a good open world game. It might be very bare bones, it might be just what we saw in the trailer. That's what frightens me. I'm worried that we're going to see absolutely no improvement or very minimal improvement from what we just saw in the trailer a year from now, and if that's the case, that's so much wasted potential in my opinion. And I'm worried that compared to something like Breath of the Wild or any other open world game, that there's just not going to be as much to do. And I mean, it's not really the team's fault. As far as I can tell, the people that are making this game make Pokemon games. And so it's not a surprise that when they make a Pokemon X another game, like a Pokemon X Street Fighter or Pokemon X Breath of the Wild, it's not a surprise that they can't match up to other games that are good at making those kinds of games. So I'm just being cautious with it overall. I am setting my expectations very low. I just want to see moderate improvement and fleshed out mechanics to this game, a good variety of them. That way I'm not bored out of my mind if I want to play this for 20 hours. That's all I'm at. I'm not asking for 60 hours, I'm not asking for 100, I'm asking for 20 hours, which is the standard amount of time that I would usually spend with a Pokemon game. And if it can deliver me that without leaving me bored or mad, then I'll probably count it as a win. But, I'm just really worried that we're gonna see just this in a year, and I'm gonna just sigh and we're never gonna get an open world Pokemon game again, but that's just me. Another thing that worries me is that when you do a reveal trailer like this, you're usually supposed to put forward the best footage you have to make it as enticing as possible. And I will say, I think, I haven't looked it up, and if somebody knows, please put it in the comments. I think the narration in the beginning of this trailer is Mae Whitman. Now, if it's not, it's somebody who sounds a lot like her, in which case I still like it because it sounds exactly like the intro to Avatar: The Last Airbender. And if they hired Mae Whitman knowing that that's kind of what they were going for, then I applaud whoever made that decision because that's fantastic. Anyway, there were a lot of technical, like, I wouldn't say glitches, but not good technical things in the trailer. Can you tell this isn't scripted? What I mean is there were a lot of frame drops in the trailer. There are a lot of times where the game just chugs and the UI still looks very, very early in development. It doesn't look good, and clearly they're going for something similar to Breath of the Wild. The landscape just looks like it. It very much feels like Pokemon mixed with, you know, Breath of the Wild, and I really, really hope they can deliver on that. And I don't know. I'm just circling the point at this point, and this is why I script videos, so you don't get garbage like this. Now, should this mean you shouldn't be excited for these games? No, if you think you can control your excitement to the point where you're not disappointed if these games don't turn out to be as good as you hope they are, then I say go for it. And far be it for me to try and take something good away from you, you know? We all need it at this point. And like I said at the beginning, I'm not trying to take the wind out of your sails. It's just that Pokemon they haven't been trustworthy. I don't know if that's the right word. I don't think that's the right word. They haven't been consistent these past couple of years. I'm trying to do a review of Sword and Shield right now, and it's the first time I'm really fully replaying the game since I beat it when it came out, and I can tell a lot about a game by whether or not I want to replay it, or how I want to replay it, or how I feel about the thought of replaying it. And I still replay Pokemon Emerald all the time. I've definitely tried to play through Diamond and Pearl again, and there are a couple other games in there that I just really enjoy, like Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I haven't really had the urge to replay Sword or Shield. I don't know. It's kind of an intangible quality of a game is wanting to replay it. And sometimes it's good that you don't want to replay it. Like, I don't really want to replay Resident Evil 7, but I really, truly enjoy that game because, you know, the amount of fun I had the first time through, you know, I want to watch other people play it. I want to get my friends who haven't played it to play that game. And I just don't have anything like that for, you know, Sword or Shield, or really any of the past couple Pokemon games. Really, Diamond and Pearl were the last, like, I guess, mainline new Pokemon games that I really felt that I wanted to replay. And that's kind of sad. And I just want Pokemon to start going in a good direction again. I want to play a Pokemon game and play it just to the point where it's stupid how many times I've played it. That's what I want to do. And I'm trying to temper my expectations so that way I can hopefully enjoy these games when they come out. Well, so I can enjoy Legends. Like I said, I'm probably not going to play Diamond and Pearl, at least for, you know, a couple of years. Maybe I'll pick them up somewhere down the line. But let me know what you think. Are you excited about these new games? Are you like me? Are you skeptical? Are you just trying not to have your soul crushed by Pokemon yet again? Just let me know. I would love to have some conversations with you down in the comments, because I know this was kind of a rambly video. And because this is coming out hopefully a day after these announcements, I might have some new viewers here. Hello to you. I don't normally do this. I'm gonna go ahead and leave links in the description of a couple of my personal favorite videos that I've done, so you can kind of see where this channel is going in the future, because I know I don't have a lot of new content out as of yet, but I want to do plenty of video essays on a variety of topics, ranging from, you know, Phasmophobia is my personal favorite, to just games in general, to movies like Star Wars. And as for what I have planned in the future, my March video, the actual video you guys are getting this month, is gonna be another entry in my Why I Don't Watch series, because that tends to get a lot of views, and I'm trying something different with this one, and I hope it works out, but I'm expecting a lot of blowback from this one, if that gives you any hints as to what it's about. And then the next month, I want to do a video on Yu-Gi-Oh! And it just continues from there. So, if any of this sounds interesting to you, definitely subscribe. And if you're here for the Pokemon, well, then you should definitely subscribe, because I'm going to be doing an entire month, November, dedicated to Pokemon. I normally do only one video a month, but I'm gonna try to have four whole, really long, probably, half hour to hour long videos in November, one a week, to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. I'm working on all those videos right now. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, definitely click that subscribe button, ring that bell so that way you're notified when those videos launch. Especially because if you don't watch anything else besides those, you're probably gonna forget. You're gonna forget that I said this, so just let the bell let you know when I actually do them. Was that a good pitch? I don't know, probably not. Donate to me on Patreon. If that was a bad pitch, give me money. Maybe I'll learn, maybe I'll take classes. I doubt it, but who knows? It's money. I could do things with that, like live and eat. And I hope you guys are staying safe and having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this. And I will see you hopefully at the end of March for that actually produced video. Anyway, rant over. I saw my plaid pants. Gross.